this section, we will understand the memory representation of two-dimensional arrays. This concept is essential for better understanding of some of the two-dimensional array operations. Consider this statement. This statement declares and initializes a two-dimensional array having 3 rows and 3 columns. And this is the conceptual representation of the two-dimensional array just created. Note that is just a conceptual representation for visual understanding. The actual layout of the elements could be entirely different than this representation. This two-dimensional matrix-like representation is just a conceptual representation. In reality, the elements of the two-dimensional arrays are also stored in linear fashion at contiguous memory locations. Let us continue the previous example and understand how two-dimensional array elements are stored in linear fashion. This is a statement which declares and initializes a two-dimensional integer type array having 3 rows and 3 columns will make the compiler allocate 36 contiguous bytes for the array. It has been assumed that a single integer occupies 4 bytes for storage. Each cell in this diagram represents a contiguous chunk of 4 bytes, and the number mentioned at the top right corner is the address of the first byte of the 4 bytes. Keep this information in mind during the upcoming discussion. Please note that the numbers appearing as addresses are hypothetical numbers. The actual addresses are long integer values and will certainly be different from these numbers. The elements of the two-dimensional array will be laid out in the allocated memory space row-wise, which means the elements of the first row starting from the first element will be laid out first, followed by the elements of the second row, again starting from the first element of the second row, and so on. If you notice, this arrangement looks exactly like a one-dimensional array. Next time when you come across a statement like two-dimensional arrays are stored as one-dimensional arrays, do not get surprised. Now you know what does that mean. This approach of flattening of two-dimensional array into one-dimensional array has been done row-wise. This is called the row major order, in which a two-dimensional array is flattened into a one-dimensional array by picking elements row-wise. In other words, the elements of the first row will be laid out first, followed by the elements of the second row, and so on. The flattening can also be done column-wise, in which the elements are picked column-wise. In other words, elements of the first column are laid out first, followed by the elements of the second column, and so on. This is the column major representation of a two-dimensional array created earlier. Most of the compilers follow the row major format unless otherwise stated. Throughout our discussion, we will assume row major format.